Welcome back, students, to Standard 9 Maths, Chapter 5, Introduction to Euclid's Geometry. We are into the fourth session, fourth part, right? In previous sessions, we learned about Euclid's geometry, the four parts of new structure of geometry, right? Undefined terms, defined terms, axioms or postulates, right? And fourth part is theorems, correct? Fourth part is a theorem. Now, before we see theorems, we discussed a lot about logical reasoning, the logical arguments that is needed to prove the statement true, correct? Now, what is theorem? And we haven't finished logical reasoning yet. So let's see last example where we can understand exactly what logical reasoning is there, what logical arguments are there, and then we'll see what is theorem. Okay? So still we continue with this logical reasoning. Alright? I'm going to give you one situation and you have to think logically about the cause of that event. I'm going to describe one small event. You have to think of all possibilities why that event has occurred. मैं एक घटना के बारे में बताने वाला हूं. आपको सोचना है कि वो घटना क्यों घटी. Write down all possible reasons for that. Okay? And here is the event. What is the event? Children, you saw one of your favorite teachers. You were in the school campus and you saw your favorite teachers entering through the gate, alright, with walking. Actually, he was walking and dragging his motorbike. This teacher comes on motorbike every day, correct? But on particular day, what you saw, what you observed, you saw your teacher entering the gate, walking with dragging his bike. Alright? So you have to think, what is the reason why on that particular day your teacher has done that? Okay? Event is you saw your teacher enter the gate walking and dragging the bike along. Dragging the bike, motorbike along. Alright? Now you have to tell me the cause. Uska karan kya hai? Reasons. Number one, can you think? Very easily you will say petrol is over. Yeah, diesel is over. So I'll use the word fuel. Fuel is over. Children, here you are thinking why that teacher is walking and dragging his bike along, right? So first reason that might come to you, there are many reasons that will come to your mind. Alright? Tell me. Second, yes, the tire is punctured or tube is punctured. So tire is punctured. Alright? Okay? What else? Okay. Brake failed. Brake failed. Right? Bike skid. Matlab, he fell from the bike skid and he fell from the bike, so he's hurt. Right? Dashed with an obstacle. Yes, this is another reason. He dashed with an obstacle. वो कोई ट्री हो सकता है, कोई और vehicle हो सकता है, कोई student हो सकता है, right? Because there are plenty of people walking around the gate. Alright. Then, can you think of more? Yes. accelerator malfunctioned. Accelerator malfunctioned means not functioning properly. Suddenly that accelerator stopped functioning. So that is the reason. You can pick up any part of a bike. Alright? It stopped functioning, which is important for the bike to run. Right? Okay. Somebody might say, fuel tank got punctured. Usme hole ho gaya. Fuel, any reason, fuel tank got punctured. That means a hole was created there, right? So all fuel was dripping out. Okay. What reason can you think? Next. Bataiye, what reason can you think? Yes. He thought, it will be a good exercise. Okay, I'm just writing exercise. It came to sir's mind that I'll do this from the gate till the parking place so that I get a good exercise. Yes, you have to think of all possible reasons. एक भी reason को छोड़ना नहीं है. Number 9, 10, and there will be infinite. Hundreds and hundreds or thousands and thousands of reasons to think. Alright? Children, not your father, but your father's father, even my father, when he was a schoolboy, in those days, alright, the student was considered to be master of mathematics, brilliant in mathematics, if he knew those 4 basic operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division quickly and accurately. If the student was able to perform these 4 arithmetic operations quickly and accurately, then that student was considered to be brilliant, the master of mathematics. Today is not the case. You know those operations very well, but still you are not a master in mathematics. Who is a master in mathematics these days? Yes, one who can think logically. Now here is one event. ये एक घटना है. वो घटना क्यों बनी? आप कारण दे रहे हो. You are giving the reasons. You are giving the causes. The more the number of logical arguments. These are logical arguments. Alright, logical reasoning. You give. More the number you give, more intelligent student you are in mathematics. You have good brain for maths. That is what is considered today. So I'm giving you a big task today. You copy this event, the statement, and till 8 I have written. Continue writing and see how many you are getting. Alright? Then take a photocopy of it and send it to my personal number. Write WhatsApp number. The WhatsApp number is this: 9879338663. I would like to see who can think logically high. Alright? I would like to see who is, which student or how many students are able to give plenty of logical arguments. There can be many children. The last one I'll just say. Okay, after writing all possibilities, suppose one student got 35, other got 25, the other one got only 17, and one student could write 40 possibilities. चलिए, आप 4 students जो स्कूल के प्लेग्राउंड पे थे, कैंपस में ही थे, you all thought of all those possibilities. आपके माइंड में था, आपने लिखा नहीं. You all 4 of you approached Sir, and then from your list you started saying all the causes. सर को बताने लगे, क्या सर फ्यूल ओवर हो गया? सर ने बोला नहीं. टायर पंचर हो गया? नो. ब्रेक फेल हो गई? सर ने बताया नहीं. So आप अपने लिस्ट से, from your list, all the causes one by one you told the teacher, And in each case, teacher said, no, this is not the reason why I'm walking. Alright? वो 17 पॉसिबिलिटीज वाले लिस्ट में से उसने बताया, एक भी नहीं आया. क्यों? क्योंकि और आगे पॉसिबिलिटीज है तो उसकी पॉसिबिलिटीज कम पड़ी. राइट. अब जिसके पास 25 कॉजेस थे लिस्ट में, रीजंस थे, उसने भी 1 by 1 टीचर को बोला और टीचर ने बताया नहीं. 35 वाले ने बोला, बताया नहीं. 40 वाले ने बताया 1 by 1 पॉसिबिलिटीज, लेकिन टीचर ने बोला नहीं. क्यों? टीचर ने क्या जवाब दिया? मेरी मर्जी, माय विश. बस मुझे ऐसा लगा कि आज मुझे चलना चाहिए, मैंने कर दिया. यस, सो दैट इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द पॉसिबिलिटी विच यू शुड हैव एंटर्ड इन योर लिस्ट. आपके लिस्ट में यह भी पॉसिबिलिटी होनी चाहिए थी. दिस इज लॉजिकल रीजनिंग, दिस इज लॉजिकल आर्गुमेंट. ऑलराइट. किसी ने 45 लिस्ट बनाई थी, 45 कॉजेस का लिस्ट बनाया था. उसमें था कि बस टीचर की इच्छा है. ओके. समटाइम्स द प्लेस इज क्राउडेड, तो भी कर सकते हैं. चिल्ड्रन, यू कैन थिंक ऑफ मेनी रीजंस. सो हियर इज अ टास्क फॉर यू. See how many causes you can write here, then take a picture of it and send it to my WhatsApp number. See, you write your school name, your name and class. 9th A, 9th B या 9th C. Okay? या 9th E1. A वाले E1 में जाएंगे. 9th B, E2. So 9th E1, 9th E2. Okay, no need of writing division. You write Divine Public School, standard 9, and then your name on top. Okay, and then this question, and then all the reason. Yeah, if it is back page, send 2 pages. If there are 3 pages, send 3 pages. Then only I will come to know what is your last logical argument. The more the number of arguments you have given, you have got more logical reasoning. And more logical reasoning you have, you are the better students or good students or expert in mathematics. You can do mathematics well. So judge yourselves by writing these causes. Okay? Got it? So children, finally we move on to theorem. The 4th structure of Euclid's geometry. 4th part of new structure of Euclid's geometry. Okay? Now what is theorem? We have already discussed. It's a true statement, but it requires proof. You have to prove by giving series of logical reasoning, by series of logical arguments. So that is theorem. Theorem, a true statement which is proved by series of logical arguments, is known as theorem. Well, in this chapter we are not going to study any theorem, but in further chapters there will be number of theorems that we will be proving. All right. So, but to understand exactly what is theorem, all right, and how it is proved, just for understanding, I'll take one statement which is not related to maths. All right. It may not be called a theorem as well, but let's say it's a true statement which we prove by logical reasoning. All right. Here is the statement of theorem. I'm writing in brief. If, आपको पता है, if today is 25th day of May, if today is 25th day of May, then Raj, who is a student of Divine Public School Navsari, is not in the school. Is not in the school. Children, you have learnt a conditional statement. Yes, this is a conditional statement. If today is 25th day of May, then you have this. So this is condition and this is consequence. जो condition है, that is called data. That is given information. Data means given. You may write data or you may write given. Given information. What is data? Today is 25th day of May. Children, this is truth. इसको आप बदल नहीं सकते हैं. What information is given, वो सच्चाई है. तो उसको this is truth. Or sometimes it is called hypothesis. It is truth or hypothesis. ये जो डेटा में दिया है, जो कंडीशन है, वो सच्चाई है. आपको प्रूव क्या करना है? टू प्रूव Raj, who is student of DPSN, is not in the school. Okay. Children, I'll write here one more statement. Data में दिया है, वो यहां दिया है, but it is in the data only. Raj is a student. Okay, fine, I will not write that. Sure. To prove. यहां लंबा स्टेटमेंट लिखना पड़ेगा, इसलिए चल लिख देते हैं. Raj, who is a student of Divine Public School Navsari, is not in the school. Fine. This is what we have in the information, and from that, this is what you have to prove. Children, there are three types of proofs. I'm going to discuss about only two. One, please try to understand. This is data. So कोई भी okay. Proof, जो प्रूव करने वाला हूं कि यदि ये हो तो ये होगा ही, ये बनने वाला है. Student will not be in the school. Proof, I start with data. मैं डेटा से शुरू करता हूं. डेटा में जो दिया है उसकी वजह से मैं एक लॉजिकल रीजनिंग दिया, उसके बाद दूसरा लॉजिकल आर्ग्यूमेंट दिया, तीसरा दिया, एंड एट द एंड आई एम गेटिंग द स्टेटमेंट टू प्रूव. जो प्रूव करना है वो मिल गया. सो द स्टेटमेंट इज प्रूव्ड. द स्टेटमेंट इज प्रूव्ड. यू अंडरस्टैंड? इसको कहते हैं डायरेक्ट मेथड. This is called direct method. What is this called, children? Direct method. All right? लेकिन मैं प्रूफ कुछ इस तरीके से शुरू करूं. प्रूफ, I don't start with data. मैं डेटा से शुरू नहीं करता हूं, मैं टू प्रूव से शुरू करता हूं. Tell me what I have to prove here. Raj is not in the school. राज स्कूल में नहीं है, ऐसा मुझे प्रूव करना है. I suppose, प्रूफ कुछ ऐसे शुरू करता हूं. I suppose, ऐसा सपोज करता हूं. सपोज राज is in the school. उसका कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी, उसका उल्टा, उसका कन्वर्स, नॉट कन्वर्स बट कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी. Raj is not in the school. That is what we have to prove. So I am supposing Raj is in the school. Contradiction, उसका उल्टा. Suppose Raj is in the school today. Today means that 25th day. फिर हमने लॉजिकल आर्ग्यूमेंट दिया, उससे और आगे बढ़े और टू प्रूव वाला स्टेटमेंट मिल गया. सो मतलब प्रूव. ओके. सो यहां हम उल्टे गए, उल्टा सपोज करके प्रूव किया. This is called indirect method. Indirect method. All right. This is first method. This is the second method, and the third method is induction method. But I'm not going to discuss about this. We don't require it right now. Okay. Fine. So I'm going to solve this theorem by direct method and indirect method. Let's see it. Children, please try to understand how the theorem is proved. First, I will start with direct method. So I'll pick up the data. Data में क्या है? What information? Today is 25th day of May. Okay. Today is 25th day of May. इसी इंफॉर्मेशन को एक्सप्लॉइट करना है. You have to start your logical arguments from the information. आज 25वीं मई है. अभी सोचो पहले कि स्टूडेंट स्कूल में नहीं है. द स्टूडेंट इज नॉट इन द स्कूल. दैट इज व्हाट वी हैव टू प्रूव. नाउ थिंक, व्हेन इज अ स्टूडेंट नॉट इन अ स्कूल? स्टूडेंट स्कूल में कब नहीं होता है? यस, इफ इट इज संडे, एवरी संडे इज अ हॉलीडे, सो स्टूडेंट स्कूल में नहीं होता है. इफ इट इज पब्लिक हॉलीडे लाइक जन्माष्टमी, दिवाली, नॉट दिवाली बट दिवाली में तो वैकेशन मिलता है, हॉलीडेज जरूर होते हैं. फिर रामनवमी या क्रिसमस या पतेती या ईद, सो दोज आर पब्लिक हॉलीडेज. ऑलराइट, ऑन दैट डे वो नहीं होते. तीसरा, वैकेशन, एनी वैकेशन, समर वैकेशन, मिड टर्म वैकेशन, दिवाली वैकेशन. ओके, जो वैकेशन होगा तो he will not be in the school. Yeah, now say these are your logical reasonings. Okay. Fourth, if the student is sick, then you can have many. If there is any function like marriage or puja, some sort of puja at home, so he might remain absent. He is not sick, but his mother is sick or her mother is sick. Here Raj, so his mother is sick, so he remained at home to take care of her. Somebody is hospitalized, so he could not come. So then you can think of many reasons. Okay. लेकिन आप सोचो, 25th day of May, is it a public holiday? Is it Sunday? Is it summer is it any type of vacation? Yes. For us, where we live, in our local region, 25th day of May will always fall in summer vacation. आपको समर वैकेशन ही होता है 25वां मई. राइट, सो आई राइट हियर, बट 25th day of May falls in summer vacation. ये क्या है? कैसे पता चला? कहां से लाए? अरे ये पोस्टुलेट, दिस इज द ट्रूथ दैट वी एक्सेप्ट विदाउट प्रूविंग. चिल्ड्रन, एक्चुअली आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट लोकल प्लेस वेयर वी लिव. ओके ओके, क्योंकि कभी आप नॉर्थ ईस्ट में जाओ, नॉर्थ में जाओ, तो दे डोंट हैव वैकेशन इन मे, दे हैव वैकेशन इन विंटर, दैट इज डिसम्बर, जनवरी. ऑलराइट, सो फॉर देम this statement will not be true. Okay, anyway, we are talking about our place. I'm talking about Diwan Public School, Navsari. Okay, chaliye. But 25th day of May falls in summer vacation. आप कैसे ये दावा कर सकते हो? How can you say this? By postulate. By postulate. Correct? ये postulate है. Alright? ये सच्चाई है, which is accepted without truth. Without proof. All right. Now 25th day of May falls in summer vacation. अब वैकेशन है, तो क्या स्टूडेंट स्कूल में जाते हैं ड्यूरिंग द वैकेशन? नो. सो नेक्स्ट लॉजिकल आर्ग्यूमेंट इज, अ स्टूडेंट डू नॉट गो टू स्कूल ड्यूरिंग वैकेशन. During vacation. This is also by postulate. I am writing in short. ये भी तो postulate है. Vacation है तो स्कूल में नहीं जाते हैं. Alright. डिवाइन पब्लिक स्कूल की बात कुछ अलग है. That's okay. चलो. Now, student does not go to school. Now Raj is a student. Therefore, Raj, who is a student, of Divine Public School Navsari did not go to school today. Did not go to school today. Today means that 25th day of May. He did not go to school. Then how he is present? Therefore, Raj is not in the school today. And here we prove. See that? मिल गया. So हमने स्टार्ट किया डेटा से और कंप्लीट किया प्रूफ. This is direct method. Is that clear to you? Now let's see indirect method. Okay. Fine, children. So what did I say? How do we start with indirect method? By supposition. Suppose. And what we suppose? Contradiction to what we have to prove. What we have to contradictory. Contradiction means ulta. हमें prove क्या करना है? Raj is not in the school. उसका उल्टा क्या होगा? Raj is in the school. So suppose Raj, who, you have to write this, who is a student of Divine Public School, is in the school today. He is in the school today. School में है. School में क्यों? Student क्यों school में है? When is a student in the school? If the school is working. Therefore, today the school is working. This today is actually 25th day of May. Huh? Okay, school is working. Alright. School is working. See, suppose Raj is in the school. So school is working. If school is working, it cannot be a vacation period. School चालू है तो vacation नहीं है. Therefore, there is no summer. Sorry, we can write it in a different way. Therefore, today does not fall in summer vacation. Today does not fall in summer vacation. आज का दिन summer vacation का दिन नहीं है. Right? What can you say? Today does not fall in summer vacation. Therefore, today it cannot be 25th day of May. तो आज का दिन 25th day of May में हो ही नहीं सकता क्योंकि समर वैकेशन नहीं है. But that, children, here we have very important two statements. This statement contradicts the truth या hypothesis. ये जो statement है सच्चाई के विरुद्ध है. This statement contradicts the hypothesis. This contradicts the hypothesis. Hypothesis. Or you may say data. This contradicts the data. या hypothesis. If there is contradiction, then our supposition is wrong. क्योंकि सच्चाई को नहीं बदल सकते हम लोग. उससे उल्टा आया. So therefore, our supposition that Raj, who is a student, is in the school today is wrong. Our supposition is wrong. What we supposed? He is in the school. So what is right? He is not in the school. I'll write here. Therefore, Raj is not in the school. This is correct. And this is proved here. Proved. Okay? Fine? Okay. Now we move on to the new concept, and that concept is of betweenness. Betweenness. Well, the word itself suggests that something is between other two. What is that? Let's see. Here is one line. This point, let's say A. Here is another point, let's say B. And here is third point, let's say C. First thing you observe, three distinct points. All the points are different. They are distinct. They are not equal, not same. They are not coinciding. Alright? Say suppose I take another point here and call it D. The C and D is represented by the same point. So you can say point C and D are coinciding. But point D and point B are distinct. Alright. I want a coinciding point here. 3 points A, B and C are on the same line and they are distinct points. So number one that you see here is A, B and C are 3 distinct points. Number 2, they are on the same line L. Such points are called collinear points. I think you have learned that. If you haven't, we will learn this. A, B, C, they are called collinear. Line. Do you find the word line there? Collinear. That means they are on the same line. Third thing that you find, B is a point between A and C. That is betweenness. Okay? When you find any point between other 2 points on the same line, the situation, the condition is termed as betweenness. Now, when you have this, B is between, okay, I can describe the situation as point B is between A and C. When I am talking about betweenness, it is always, the points are always on the same line. Okay? Chaliye. So, first thing that you can write from here, if B is between A and C, symbolically, A dash, B dash, C. This is how you write symbolically, stating B is between A and C. You may write or उल्टा भी लिख सकते हैं, C dash, B dash, E. लेकिन इस चीज में हमें नहीं पढ़ना है. Alright? चलिए. Second thing from here, children, you have 3 line segments. One is line segment AB, that is blue one. Then line segment BC, that is red one. And line segment green, AC. AC is the green one. ऊपर लिखा है क्योंकि ओवरलैपिंग नहीं होगा. कलर के ऊपर कलर नहीं चलेगा. AB is line segment A, blue is line segment AB, red is line segment BC, and green is line segment AC. So you have 3 line segments. If you add the length of line segment AB to the length of line segment BC, then what do you get? Line segment AC. So second information that you have, second result you have, AB, the blue one, plus BC, the red one. If you add these 2 segments, you get bigger segment, and that is AC. Alright? Okay? तीसरी बात, ABC are collinear, वो भी लिख देता हूं. ABC are collinear. This you might learn in future. Collinear. ABC are collinear. That means points on the same line. And number 4, if I see these are points, कोई ना कोई real number होगा associated with point A. Let me call small a. There may be some real number corresponding to point B. Let me say point B. And same way C. So on the number line, A is to the left, B is to the right. So A is smaller than B. B is to the left and C is to the right. So B is smaller than C. So A is less than B is less than. So real number corresponding to point A is smaller than the real number corresponding to point B, and that is smaller than the real number corresponding to point C. So these are 4 results that you get when you have betweenness. Let's take one more point, 4th point D, but it is distinct. The same way you can write A dash, B dash, C dash D, AB plus BC plus CD. AB plus BC plus CD is equal to AD. A, B, C, D are collinear. Correct? And 4th, what is that? Small a less than small b less than small c less than small d. The small letters represent real numbers corresponding to points A, B, C, D. Is that clear? Okay. Now, next concept, whatever I am going to explain to you, be careful, pay attention. Alright? Observe nicely, and it's going to be very tricky when from this concept true or false statements would be asked. You might feel the statement is true, but actually it will be false. You might feel the statement is false, but actually it can be true. So be careful, see this concept nicely. I said important. That means this question based on this concept can be asked in the examination. That's for sure. Alright. Children, here is one point, let's say P. Now, how many lines can pass through point P? Alright. I draw this line L. So this is line L passing through P. Can you draw another line? Yes. I'll draw this line. Let's say line M. Can the third line be drawn? Yes. Here. N. Can fourth line be drawn? Yes. Now naming would be difficult. So I'll say this is L1. Better let me say L2. This is L3 and this is L4. Can I draw fifth line? Yes. Fifth line can be drawn through that point. This is line L5. Now the question is, how many lines can be drawn through a single point? Passing through a single point. The answer is obvious what you said. Infinitely many lines can be drawn. Infinitely many lines. So here is one statement. There are infinite, true or false, you tell me. There are infinitely many lines passing through a single point. Yes, true. But if the statement is, there is one and only one line passing through point A. False. Through point A, infinitely many lines pass. Through point K, infinitely many lines pass. Through a single point P, infinitely many lines pass. Through a single point B, infinitely many lines pass. Okay? So that was about one point, single point. Now let's take 2 points. Children, 2 points can be of 2 types. Equal, that means coinciding, or distinct. So you will have 2 situations. My question is, how many lines pass through 2 points? Now you have to think, 2 points can be equal or distinct. Okay, here is one point P. And let's say P and Q, 2 points P and Q. So here P and same point is Q. So in this situation, P is equal to Q. They are equal points. Now tell me how many lines will pass? L1, L2, L3. All these lines are passing through P as well as Q because they are coinciding. The points are equal. But if they are distinct points, this is P and this is Q. Draw a line passing through them. Both the points. The line should pass through both the points. Alright? This is line L. Or L1 you can say if you want. Now can you draw second line passing through both the points? Yeah. You can draw infinite lines passing through P. Infinite lines passing through Q. Correct? But amongst those infinite lines passing through single point P and infinite lines passing through single point Q, there is one and only one line which passes through two distinct points P and Q. So here, how many lines passes through 2 points? Either infinite or one and only one. If these 2 points are equal, then infinite lines pass. If those 2 points are distinct, then one and only one line pass. One and only one. For this group of words, there is single word which is called unique. So how many lines pass through 2 distinct points? Unique line passes. Or you may say one and only one. Is that clear to you? Sure? Okay. Please children, true or false? One and only one line pass through 2 points. Say true or false? One and only one line pass through 2 points. Now tell me, where are 2 points? Here. सिर्फ 2 पॉइंट. Now 2 पॉइंट 2 प्रकार के होते हैं, इक्वल होते हैं या डिस्टिंग होते हैं. जो इक्वल होंगे तो इनफाइनाइट, डिस्टिंग होंगे तो वन एंड ओनली वन. अभी दिस इज फोर्सिंग अस के वन एंड ओनली वन लाइन पासेस थ्रू 2 पॉइंट्स. नहीं, इनफाइनाइट भी हो सकते हैं और वन एंड ओनली वन भी हो सकता है. So the statement is false. Didn't you think of this statement to be true? है ना? Right. So this is actually false. Yes. I'll correct the statement to make it true. One and only one line passes through 2 distinct points. That distinct should be there. Then that is true. Okay. Now see this statement. One and only one line or unique line passes through 2 equal points. Equal points है, 2 equal points है, इस प्रकार के. So one and only one line pass. False, because infinite line passes. All right. Are you getting me? Now I'm going to consider, children, to draw line you need only 2 points. 3 points की जरूरत नहीं है. You need only 3 points. Sorry, 2 points. Okay. लेकिन 3 points दिए हो तो क्या करना है? If you are given 3 points, now 2 points के बारे में हमने सीखा. Now let's see about the 3 points. What are the situations in 3 points? What are the possibilities in 3 points? All right? Okay. Three points. Children, 3 points. A, B और C. पहली सिचुएशन, A इक्वल टू B इक्वल टू C. कोइंसाइडिंग, इक्वल हो सकते हैं. करेक्ट? कोलिनियर हो सकते हैं. कोलिनियर मतलब एक ही लाइन पे तीनों पॉइंट हो सकते हैं, या नॉन कोलिनियर हो सकते हैं. नॉन कोलिनियर मतलब A यहां, ओके, एक लाइन पे A है और B है, लेकिन C दूसरे लाइन पे है, कोई और लाइन पे, लाइन मैंने नहीं ड्रॉ किया. ऑलराइट? तो how many lines will pass through them. To draw any line, we need only 2 points. All right. In this situation, this is A, the same one is B, and the same one is C. A equal to B equal to C. So how many lines will pass? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, infinite. So answer is infinite lines will pass through 3 coinciding points या equal points. चलिए collinear हो तो. Now this, okay, I'll have to draw a line to show that they are collinear. A, B, and C, they are collinear. Try to pass line. Yes, this line L is passing through all 3. Can you draw another line passing through all the 3 points A, B and C? या AB में से पास करो तो वही लाइन, BC में से पास करो वही लाइन, AC से, क्योंकि you need only 2 points. So 2 points I'll choose, A and B, वही लाइन आएगा. B and C if I choose, वही लाइन आएगा. A and C. So one and only one line. One and only one line passes through 3 collinear points. 3 collinear points. Alright. Actually, यहां ऐसे होना चाहिए था. ये equal and this distinct. Equal and distinct. Either the points are equal या distinct. And distinct points दो से ज्यादा है. So it can be collinear or non-collinear. It can be collinear or non-collinear. So if the points are distinct and collinear, one and only one line will pass through. Okay. If the points are distinct, this is A, this one is B, and this one is C. And non-collinear, they are not lying on the same line. So how many lines will pass? Yes, पहले A और B को पसंद करो. So one line passes. B और C को पसंद करो. और B और C या second line passes. और A और C को पसंद करो. Third line. So say suppose this is L1, this is L2, and this is L3. So how many lines will pass through 3 non-collinear points? 3. How many lines will pass through 3 collinear points? One and only one. And how many lines will pass through 3 equal points? Infinite. So you have to be very clear about this. Children, have you got it? आपको समझ में आया? Now true or false statement. One and only one line passes through 3 collinear points. Collinear मतलब distinct है ही. Non-collinear मतलब distinct है ही. So one and only one line passes through 3 collinear points. Yes. चलिए. 3 lines pass through 3 distinct points. 3 lines pass through 3 distinct points. Distinct is here. Distinct हो तो एक लाइन हो सकता है और 3 lines भी हो सकता है. So if you say 3 distinct points determine 3 lines, then it is wrong, false. Are you getting me? If 3 points are given, then 3 lines can pass through it. 3 lines pass through it. False. If 3 points are given, infinite lines can pass. 1 line can pass or 3 lines can pass. So आपको देखना है वो distinct word है, equal word है, distinct के साथ collinear है या non-collinear है. Okay? So this is what I've shown. For 4 points and 5 points, 4 points and 5 points, you draw. Okay? Tomorrow in the next session, I'll show you and you tally your work with what I do on the board here. Is that clear? So today we end up the session. Goodbye.